Welcome back, Akeem and Akateem. Brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas, and grandpas, everybody in the house. Welcome back to the road trip. Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to you, your homes, your dwelling places, where you stay at. Your loved ones, your children, your friends, and your pets, man. The little fur babies, right? Little fur babies. That's right, man. Love them. All the pets, man. That's right. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem. Avana Yahweh Bahashem. Yahweh Shai. Ruach HaKadosh. Glory to Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach HaKadosh. My love and my respect to you. Let's get this work, man. We're back here in the Gospel of Matthew. We're about to get these scrolls, man. Isn't that right, Mishpachah? Don't you feel good about that? That's right, man. I feel great about it. All right, so we're looking at the Gospel of Matthew, starting at chapter 8. We just finished reading the Beatitudes of Yahweh Shai, right? There's only 28 chapters in this book, so, we'll probably finish it in maybe 4 or 5 reads. Maybe 5 reads or something like that. I don't know. We're not counting, all right? We want to make, we're not counting the books. We're making the books count. I like that. All right, so if you want to follow along, I'm reading out of the KJV, right? This is chapter 8. Yahweh Shai heals a leper and healing of devil-possessed men. We'll figure out what we're gonna name this. We have a lot of chapters that we can figure this out. All right, we'll kind of sum it all up. But no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. I love you with my whole heart, not half of it. My whole heart, right? Out here reading for the nation. Take your seats, please. We're about to start reading. Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8. Let's begin. All right, let's get it. All right, family and friends, Mishpachah, chapter 8, and it reads, When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him, and behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Adonai, Adonai, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. Thou canst make me clean. And Yahweh Shai put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will be thy clean. I will be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, See thou, tell no man, but go thy way, shew thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moshe commanded for a testimony unto them. And when Yahweh Shai was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Adonai, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Adonai, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled, and said to him that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith. No, not in Yasharel. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Yaakov in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Yahushua said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. All right, I'm going to interject real quick. So you see how Yahushua, he was so impressed with this faith, right? Because the centurion, that's kind of like a captain, right? So he's, head of, probably about what they said about 3,000, 2,000 to 3,000 men. So he had sergeants and, and leaders under him. So he understood delegation, knowing that Yahushua is a king. He's like, why would you have to go yourself? You can just delegate, send an angel to do it. All you have to do is say the word. Because he understood, he understood chain of command. That's what I was looking for. He understood chain of command, right? And he had faith. So it worked out in his favor. Let's continue. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. And when Yahushua was come into Peter's house, and he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever, and he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto him. When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the ruachs with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now, when Yahushua saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahushua saith unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And another of his disciples saith unto him, Adonai, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Yahushua saith unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury the dead. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves. But he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Adonai, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by the way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Yahushua, the son of Yahweh? Thou art come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them an herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and perished into the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Yahushua, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. That's the end of chapter 8. All right, they didn't like him there. They didn't want him there. They were making money off them pigs. All right, let's continue. Chapter 9, and it reads, And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. And Yahushua, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemeth. And Yahushua, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk? But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go unto thine house. And he arose and departed to his house. But when the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified Yahweh, which had given such power unto men. And as Yahushua passed forth from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom. And he saith unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. Reference Mark 2:15. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto the disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Reference Matthew 12:7. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not? And Yahushua said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn, as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth into an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it will taketh up the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. While he spake these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler, and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Yahushua arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him, and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, If I may but just touch the hem of his garment, I shall be made whole. But Yahushua turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. And when Yahushua came into the ruler's house, and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. Reference Acts 20:10. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose, and the fame hereof went abroad into all the land. And when Yahushua departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him, and Yahushua saith unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Adonai, yea. Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened, and Yahushua straitly charged them, saying, See that no man know it. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all the country. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitude marveled, saying, It was never so seen in Yasharel. But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of the devils. And Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Reference Mark 6:6. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted, and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then saith he unto the disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Most High of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. That's the end of chapter 9. Hallelujah. All right, Mishpachah and friends, let's go ahead and get chapter 10. Keep your scrolls out. Chapter 10, and it reads, And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean ruachs to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus. Right? Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Yahushua sent forth, and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Oh, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Pay attention. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of who? Yasharel. Who? Yasharel. Go to the lost sheep of the house of Yasharel. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Right? That means you're not up here on these pulpits charging people money to get the word of the Most High. Verse 9, and it reads, Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, and for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Ruach of your Father, which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver you up, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in the city, flee ye into another, for verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Yasharel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his addon. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his addon. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and the body in hell. And not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He receiveth the Father. Reference Matthew 18:5. Also Luke 9:48. Also Luke 10 and 16. All right, 41, and it reads, He that receiveth a prophet in the name of the prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give a drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only, in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall no wise lose his reward. Reference Matthew 8:5-6. That's the end of chapter 10. All right, hallelujah. Let's continue, Mishpachah. Kingdom builders, road trippers. All right, chapter 11. All right, you ready? You ready? All right, let's go. Chapter 11, and it reads, And it came to pass, when Yahushua had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prison the works of the Mashiach, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto them, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Yahushua answered and said unto them, Go and shew John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk, and lepers are clean, and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare the way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in their kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John, and if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. Oh, he just told you. He just told you John the Baptist was Elias. It was Elias, right? Right? That's regeneration, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Pay attention. Reference Matthew 13:9, also Luke 8:8. Verse 16, and it reads, But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets, and calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced, and we have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating or drinking, and they say, He hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous and a wine-bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of their children. See, they called Yahushua an alcoholic, like a wine-bibber. They called him a sipper, like an alky, like a drunk. Because he had wine. He kept wine on him, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that because people don't know Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? He drank wine. He danced. He sang. He laughed. He chucked it up with the boys. You know what I'm saying? He was human too. And he was all Elohim and all Elohiah. Verse 20, and it reads, Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. Woe unto thee, Chorazin. Woe unto thee, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done unto you, in you, had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. But I say unto you, that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. At that time Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father Yahweh of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavily laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. That's the end of chapter 11. But he says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Opposed to what? Compared to what? Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Opposed to who? Moses. Opposed to the law of Moses. Take my yoke. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. That's the 613 laws of Moses. And I will give you rest. What? That's the new covenant. Take my yoke. Oh, what is your yoke? The royal law? The commandments? The law of liberty? Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Not learn from Moses, learn from me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Right? Because your souls were in tumult. Your souls were not at rest when you were trying to adhere to the 613 laws of Moses. Those are man's laws. He said, you will find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Opposed to what? Come on now. Let's continue. Alright, let's continue. Salake. All right, chapter 12, and it reads, At that time Yahushua went on the Sabbath day, on the Sabbath day, through the corn, and his disciples were an hungered, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, the disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. And he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was in hungered, and they that were with him? Remember when he went in the city? All right. How he entered into the house of Yahweh, and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests? Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Shabbat days the priests in the temple profane the Shabbat and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Yahweh, even of the Shabbat day. And when he was departed thence, he went into the synagogue, and behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Shabbat days? That they might accuse him? And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Shabbat day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore is it lawful to do well on the Shabbat days? Then saith he to the men, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. But when Yahushua knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and the great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my ruach upon him, and he shall shew judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed, and said, Is not this the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and he said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. If Hasatan cast out Hasatan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I, by Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit, the Ruach of Yahweh, then the kingdom of Yahweh is come unto you. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Ruach HaKodesh shall not be forgiven unto men. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him, but whosoever speaketh against the Ruach HaKodesh, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by his fruit. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good? How can you speak good things? Like how? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then certain of the scribes and the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with the generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Talk about the queen of Sheba, right? Pay attention. When the unclean ruach is gone out of man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other ruachs more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of the man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be unto the wicked generation. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whoso shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. That's the end of chapter 12. All right. And we'll finish it up with this one. We'll go ahead and get chapter 13 to the door. All right, chapter 13, and it reads, The same day went Yahushua out of the house, and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat. And the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the way, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit, some in 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this, people's hearts are waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. See, he doesn't want everybody to wake up. He said, for them to be converted, and then I should have to heal them. He doesn't want everybody to be in that spot, so we got to keep somebody blind and deaf. 17, For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When any one heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. That is he which receiveth seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation and persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Reference Matthew 19 and 23, also reference Mark 10 and 23, also 1 Timothy 6 and 9. 23, and it reads, But he that receiveth seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto man, which sowed good seed in his field. But while man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in the field? From whence then hath it tares? Salake. He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. Another parable spake he unto them, The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. All right, wisdom. 34, and it reads, All these things spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away, and went into the house, and his disciples came into him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which, when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that entire field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he hath found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had, and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Yahushua saith unto them, Have ye understood all these things? Then say unto him, Yea, Adonai. Then say he unto them, Therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. And it came to pass that when Yahushua had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished, and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom, and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James, and Joseph, and Joseph, and Simon, and Judas, and his sisters? Are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things? And they were offended in him. But Yahushua said unto them, A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. That's the end of chapter 13. And we're going to close it up right there. We're going to come back on chapter 14 on the next one. And we'll get some more. Thanks for riding along with me, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers, on this ride, on this scripture dive. This was the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8 through 13. All right, so 8 through 13 on this one. We'll start on 14 on the next. Please be safe out there in all your endeavors traveling to and fro up and down the road. Be safe, please, in all that you do. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahweh. I will see you all very soon. I love you. Yeah.